So hi, Welcome to Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
A happy Monday.
Happy goddamn motherfucking Monday.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth, little lady.
That's one of the best comments ever.
Plays and constantly.
Dude, I love that. Yeah, happy Monday. Sorry for missing last week's Happy Monday. No excuse. I was seeing Spirit Box.
And I was in Raleigh.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We're both MIA.
We were both in different states than where we normally reside. So there was no way we were getting together for it. I think in the pit at the show, I was like, so we'll just catch up next week.
So we did.
Because it was just the mutual understanding of looking at the calendar being like, that ain't gonna fucking happen.
That's not happening.
Yeah, and that's not being shot in the morning.
Yup.
Yeah, that's not being shot in the morning. Tuesday's already a mess. That's just not happening. So it's just like, do this next week. And Glory just hit me with the yup. Ignored everything else I texted her throughout the day and was like, yup.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Shit.
It's okay.
I'm so shit at responding to everyone. I've got to shut down. I'm sorry.
No. I just figured I'd let you know live on air that I had texted you before that. And
fucking Wendy Williams ass, bro, is exposing me, dog. It's crazy.
But God. Because we missed a week, there are so many shows to recap. I went to so many I lost count. Glory even went to one. That is a wild, crazy week.
It's not 2022 anymore. I rarely go to shows now.
April 10th, the 10th, it was a Thursday. It was 2 Thursdays ago. I saw Wednesday 13, Stitched Up Heart, Dead Rabbits, and Ayatollah at Silent Ballroom. It was dope as shit. I was very excited to see Dead Rabbits. That was, honestly the main reason I was going. Ayatollah was cool. It was like a solo act person, but the production she had for her first of 4 was insane. Like, had her own video screen and lasers, which was nuts.
For her first act is crazy.
Yeah, and then she she played a guitar and also had like a synth and a piano and all sorts of like electronic things. So it was super dope. Like, she would loop things and then start playing the guitar. Like, it was really dope. And then Dead Rabbits played, and dude, I've been a fan of Craig Mabbitt and the projects that he's been in for a long time, but I've never gotten to see Escape the Fate live. That's the main project that I've been a fan of, and finally getting to see Craig perform, dude, what a performer. Like, Dead Rabbits has been a solo project for a minute, but it feels like now, with it having a team behind it, like we spoke about in the interview with Craig, that it's going to go a little bit further than it has in previous, where it was just kind of like it existed, maybe it toured occasionally, but there were like these huge gaps in the discography in terms of years. But they've got a leg up because Craig is an absolute animal of a frontman. I mean, he comes from, his history. If you look at the bands he's been in, it makes sense that he's got the star power. And watching him perform was just, it was honestly a pleasure. What a show. The backing band was actually Stitched Up Heart, which I thought was nuts, because Stitched Up Heart and Dead Rabbits and Escape the Fate are all managed by the same management, and they're traveling together. And in all of the videos, it's only Craig from Dead Rabbits and the other 3 members of Stitched Up Heart. Because when Stitched Up Heart came out, I was like, Dead Rabbits are all wearing the rabbit masks, and I'm like, that guitarist Skinny Jeans looks eerily familiar from the last guitarist. And then I did a little bit of social media snooping. I was like, no, it's the same, but they sounded locked in and keyed in, despite being working double duty every night.
That's taxing.
Yeah, but it was fucking insane. And Stitched Up Heart acknowledged it on stage with the drummer, because it was the drummer's first tour. So acknowledged the double duty there. Dead Rabbits also way heavier live. Craig, I did not know Craig could do the things he was doing on stage. I'm going to be honest with you, because Dead Rabbits is already heavier than Escape the Fate. But it got even heavier. Absolutely nuts. was a pleasure. Stitched Up Heart became my new favorite band that I've discovered at a live show. It feels like it's been a minute since I've like discovered a new band from a show, and they fucking blew me the hell away. They sounded so good. I even texted you after like the day after, and I was like, dude, this band is dope as shit. So they were
I probably
awesome.
replied with like, hell yeah.
Yeah, well, because you were on your
Sorry,
way to,
I'm so dry.
No, you were on your way to Raleigh, so you were sending me bands already.
True. Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I found this dope new band. And then Wednesday 13 was the headliner, and they were cool. It's not really my cup of tea, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I thought that they were cool. They've been doing it a long time. Wednesday 13, the guy Wednesday 13 comes from the band The Murder Dolls, which was him and Joey Jordison. So they played some Murder Doll songs as well. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I'll let you go, and then I'll just rip through the rest of mine because I got many more to go.
You have plenty. Okay.
Yeah.
April 11th, I went out to Raleigh and I saw Denzel Curry live. There were 3 other openers. I was kind of like in and out for all 3 of them, but the last 2 I don't know, I was getting water, I was walking around, I was in the bathroom, so it's like they were kind of just background music for me, but they were really good regardless. I did enjoy kind of the energy, the vibe. Overall, hot take maybe, I mean, I don't think have you been to a rap show ever?
I don't think just like a straight up rap concert, but
Yeah.
I've seen rap artists open for other bands because like the metal and rap crossover happens occasionally.
Yeah. Okay. It was a full rap show. Hot take, the crowd was just better. It was for all of the openers, they were jumping around, they were moshing, they were opening up pits. Every single song, like the entire crowd was moving. Where it's like, or where opposed to metal shows, it feels like you're constantly trying to win the crowd over. Where it's like rap shows, everyone was there just to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that just because of this one show. I've gone to a rap festival, shout out Buku Festival. I've seen Tyler the Creator. I've been to 2 rap festivals, Flognaw, Buku. I've seen Kendrick Lamar live. I've seen both sides of the spectrum, and it's just a thing that it's just like everyone's always ready to have more fun at rap shows. Everyone's always more open and interested in
It's
the
that
openers.
scene.
It's like, guys, we could liven up a little bit at metal shows.
Yeah, we don't
you know?
we don't have fun at metal shows.
Everyone's just standing there fucking.
That
like,
is my definition of
cross-armed.
having fun, just being like,
And
then
I'm
turning
like,
to my
and
friend and being like, that band kind of sucked.
And yeah, I had a great time at the concert last night. It was awesome.
They missed that note. Did you hear that? They missed that drum fill. They fucking
It's not EQ'd right.
yeah.
You know,
No, the mixing is fucking terrible. I don't know who the sound engineer is, but they should
fire
be
the
fired.
sound guy. Fire
They
the
should be
sound
fired.
guy.
I could
Jesus.
do it, and I don't know how to do it.
This is all metal shows. I've overheard these conversations.
I have these conversations.
every night. Wait, that's been you this whole
Yeah,
time?
I
What?
go to the Virginia shows you're at, and then I stand
Yeah.
behind you and have that
Just
conversation.
loudly talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. So that was just observation. That kind of upset me because obviously I go to both shows and it's just like, damn, I wish I could have this much fun and this much energy at all the metal shows I go to. Fucking Denzel Curry was actually fucking insane. The crowd did not stop moving the entire time. I've seen just massive pits, circle pits, moshing. It was crazy. I moshed for the first time in like ages, and it was so much fun. It was awesome. I lost my friend in the crowd for like 5 minutes, and I was like, and this is another. People in the crowds were just so friendly as well, which is insane because I try to talk to people when I go alone to shows at like, metal and rock. I get no energy. And I go, okay, fuck me then. I'll just go back to being myself, just not talking to anyone. I'm looking around, not even talking to anyone. I'm looking around just like, fuck, like, where's my friend? And fucking 4 dudes come up to me. They're like, yo, you okay? Like, are you missing something? Like, what are you looking for? I'm like, I lost my wife. And they're like, oh my God, what the fuck? Where is she? What does she look like? So I describe her. These men go out of their way in the middle of a fucking concert to start looking for her with me.
I lost my wife is crazy.
Can you believe that? They didn't help. Granted, I still found her like 5 minutes later.
They tried,
but
though.
it's like, They tried,
The
and they were
attempt
like
was there.
looking.
Yeah.
So shout out those guys. I hope they're doing good. Denzel Curry was actually fucking insane. The energy was crazy. He played all of my favorite songs. Um and it felt like it went by way too quickly. Like it felt like he went on and it was like an hour and a half long set. So
Mhm.
he was up there for a good bit of time, but it felt like he was on there and then he just left. It felt like it flew by so quickly because I was having so much fun. If you have the opportunity, to anyone listening, to you, to see Denzel Curry live, I fully recommend it because even if you aren't like, I didn't know most of the songs on the set list,
Mhm.
but I was still able to just have fun because it's like, damn, you just hear a beat sometimes and you're like, fuck, that's insane. Let me hear more of that. You don't even have to know the words.
Mhm.
So it's just great experience, awesome show, great people. Everyone there was talking and wanting to be friends. I made like 4 friends that night and it was awesome. Like Instagrams, phone, like it was fucking great. Great.
Hell yeah.
Shout
Hell
out
yeah.
Denzel Curry.
Hell yeah. That's fucking dope. Um, rest of my week was that Saturday was Late Waves. I went and caught them kind of on a whim. I was just like, yeah, fuck it, not doing anything else on a Saturday night. I'll go see Late Waves play in Asbury. So I went. They sounded great. The entire bill sounded great. It was Halogens, Impossible Dog, and Charlie and Margot. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was a good show. All the bands sounded good. It was in a brewery, so it sounded as good as it could. To go back to the last point that Gloria was making, it sounded as good as it could for being in a brewery. And yeah, it was a good time. And then that Monday started my basically week of shows, where I went and saw Spirit Box, Loathe, and Dying Wish. What a fucking bill, bro. Holy shit. It was so dope to see Dying Wish on that stage, and they absolutely crushed it. It's not the first time I've seen them play to that many people. That's actually how I found them, was when they opened for Motionless in White, playing to about the same amount of people several years ago. But that was before the first album came out. I bought the first album early because they had it on CD because I thought the band was that dope. And it was so cool to see them play a stage like that again, and people were like there for them, knew who they were, had heard the music, and were into it. Obviously the main goal is to win new fans, but to see them actually bringing people out to a room that big was dope. They absolutely crushed it. I love that band. Loathe was cool. I've never, despite all of the growth that Loathe has had over the past couple of years and the a million amount of times I've heard the band name, and I've seen the album art of that one album on Twitter more than really probably any other image. I had never listened to them before. I thought they were cool. I'm gonna be honest with you, the new song they played was like really out there. Even in comparison to the rest of, because they played the new song first and then they played a bunch of the stuff that's already out there. Yeah, they opened with a new song.
Okay.
And then they played a bunch of stuff that's already been out, and the vibe and sound and everything was totally different. So I don't know what the hell they're doing with the new song, and then opening with that is a bold choice. I thought that the stuff that was already out was cool, and I'll be tuning in whenever Loathe decides to put out this new music, because it's been like a joke, is Loathe ever going to put out another record, or are they just going to keep touring this one? So I'll be tuning in, but not entirely sold on the band yet. I thought they were cool, but I wasn't like, holy shit, I just saw Loathe. And then Spirit Box, man,
come on,
fucking phenomenal. What a band. Super cool to see them crushing a stage like that as well. With the production that they had this time around was insane. Mike and Courtney had came from Coachella the night before, where Courtney was on stage with Megan Thee Stallion.
With Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Dude.
Fucking awesome. So yeah, what a fucking show, man. They're so awesome. They've kind of the one thing that has been a gripe of mine every time I see them, and I think that this was still needs work in my opinion, but was the best it's been in all of the times I've seen them, was the pacing of their live set. They have a tendency to let the song ring out and then like disappear and like walk off side stage, and like they were so guilty of that on their first headliner. It was like I was listening to a CD that someone baked a minute and a half of silence into each fucking song. It was so annoying. It's gotten a lot better since then, but I even noticed it on the Korn tour where Courtney walked off stage multiple times and the music just kind of stops. This was the best it's been a gripe of mine all the times I've seen the band, but they sounded great. The stage show was fucking awesome, and dude, holy fuck, I wish I could have went to more dates of the tour, but unfortunately for my calendar, the Used were in town for 3 nights to play their first 3 albums in full, an album for each night. I missed more shows than I thought it was even possible. Other tours rolling through, every single goddamn tour was rolling through that week in the Northeast. So many goddamn tours. I could take time out of the podcast to name all of the tours, but they were fucking awesome. The Used, playing the first 3 albums in full was such a treat. I got to hear songs live that I genuinely never thought that I would get to hear live, because their set list pretty much stays the same, which is one of my main gripes with seeing the Used live. But Bert even pulled out a couple of screams each night, which was an absolute treat, because with all of the improper screaming technique, the constant vomiting, and having getting vocal surgery and all of those things combined from those eras, is why that he no longer screams anymore, and the bass player does the screaming. He's also gotten so much better at screaming since the first time I saw the band. It's definitely a different style, but it works as he's gotten better with it. And overall, they were locked the hell in. I'm starting to think that one time I saw the Used and it was abysmal, was a fluke, and maybe they were tired. They didn't want to. Someone smoked too much weed before they went on stage and forgot they had to perform. I don't know what happened that day, but I saw them 3 nights.
Someone lost a bet.
Yeah, so basically saw them 3 nights in a row, and they were locked the fuck in for 3 nights. They sounded phenomenal. And it was a goddamn treat to hear the first 3 records in full, because I love the first 3 Used albums. Energy was electric in the room, as well, as you can imagine. But yeah, and I cheered every single time. He was like, "Who's been a diehard Used fan since day one?" Yep, I was negative 3 years old when the band started. Woo!
I popped out the womb streaming the Used.
So yeah, that was fucking dope. What a band. If that residency is coming near you, first make sure that there's not 9 other tours coming by your town at the same time, and then consider going to all 3 nights, if you so please. Coming up for me, possibly this week, I got 68 and Silly Goose on Wednesday, potentially. Don't have tickets, but I'm debating it to see Silly Goose. And I haven't seen 68 in years. I saw them open for Korn, like at the when the pandemic first lifted and shows came back, like 2021.
Damn. Yeah, it's
been a minute. And then Friday, possibly Thornhill, Avoid, Banks Arcade, and Ocean Grove. That one's looking like it's definitely probably gonna happen. I'm just don't have the tickets yet. That one's locked in on the calendar, just no tickets, because that's a phenomenal bill.
Are they going
we've already been over this. But Wednesday is a little bit more of a TBD situation. I'll probably be there though, because why won't I? But Friday, consider that one almost locked in. The week after that, the next week, maybe Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium. I'm jealous of shit that you're going to that. I'm putting it down for interview avails, but because it's like I'm leaving it in fate's hands. If the day is open, I'm fucking going. If the date's not open, that's fine. I only kind of like those bands. Think they're dope, but do I really want to travel to Philly for them? Only if the date's open. That's where I'm at. And then I got a couple of work shows at the tail end of next week as well. So busy. That's another reason why I'm leaving it in Fate's hands. I got 2 days potentially stacked for work after that. So I'm just, that one's in God's hands. But
God's plan.
God's plan.
I'm going to Silverstein, Greyhaven, Real Friends, and Broadside. That's tomorrow. I'm very excited.
Shout out that new Broadside song, bro. We'll talk about that, but shout out that new Broadside song.
I'm so excited to see them again. I haven't seen them since Cherie opened for them, which was that might be a lie. Oh shit, no, I think I've only seen them once. Yeah, I've only seen them once. 2022. Damn, it's been 3 years. I'm so excited. They're Virginia natives, so this is shout out Broadside. Love you guys.
Big Broadside. But we're diving in. We missed a week. We got a bunch of music to chat about. Not as many albums and EPs as I was expecting. All things considered,
it was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, this one was a breeze. Okay. Just a lot of singles to get through. But kicking it off, Magnolia Park dropped their new album Vamp. I said when Cult came out, this is the most locked in the band feels to me. And the songs also, or that song in particular, felt like it was one of the most fleshed out Magnolia Park songs I had heard. Not to say that the other songs didn't feel fleshed out, but they felt like they got in, they got out, and it almost felt like they could expand on those ideas more, because so many of the songs fell in like the 2.5 minute range, and felt like they could extend another 30 minutes. Like it was just get the chorus that's catchy for TikTok and move on. And I had loved everything Magnolia Park had done up until this point, but Cult was kind of that head turn of like, wait a minute, like this could go from like, I dig what they're doing, catch them live when they're in town, to like, this is a band that I could obsess over with this record. So I was locked in on the album rollout after that, and this album is phenomenal, dude. They went all the way into the metalcore genre with this record, which is something that they've played with in previous releases. They had done that Light and Dark EP where they did the pop punk EP and the metalcore EP that came out together. And it's not like it was totally out of left field. They had done it all leading up to it, where them going and doing a full metalcore project, it's just Magnolia Park. It's just what they sound like. It's one of the many genres that they've conquered. So that's my favorite genre. So to go with everything that I said in the beginning about how I felt about the songs and the way they're structured and all that fun shit, and the fact that it's now my favorite genre, and you put those two things together with a dope ass band, I'm in love with this record. I think it's fucking awesome. I've been digging Shallow a lot. I've been digging Cult. I love the way it opens with Pain. This just sets the tone. Josh's vocal delivery on there is insane. Ophelia, the way it ends, and like, continuing to ask that question at the end of the song is super dope. Man, like I could sit here and name every goddamn song on this record, but it is such a solid album front to back. I really feel like the band with this record has leveled up an extreme amount. And they talked about this in the interview that we did that comes out on Friday, all about like, feeling like this, they had something to prove, and feeling like they had to level up with this record. And I genuinely think that they did it, and I'm not sugarcoating that in any sort of way. This was a slam dunk home run, in my opinion, and honestly exceeded my expectations from the first time I heard it, and it continues to. I'm digging this a lot.
Damn straight. It was like off of the first single where you kind of immediately clocked it and you're like, oh my god, this is going to be like their best shit ever if they continue going down this path. If it isn't just a one-off and their heavy track for the record, this should be their best shit. And I think you clocked it properly. I think this is honestly some of their best stuff. I think it fits just everything about the band so much better. I think they were able to take this genre and just kind of run with it. I fucking love the tone of the record. My personal favorite is actually Crave, but I really fuck with Shallow. I love Shallow a lot. And then I also really like, fuck, what was it? I did like Ophelia. I loved how it closed. And then I also really liked Omen a lot. The record overall, just kind of like the screams, cult, shadow talk, the fucking titles, everything fit together. The cover art, it was all tied together very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They're just in their bag with this shit. It's crazy, and I'm very excited to see how their stage presence is going to reflect this new genre change because they're already very full of energy, but pop punk energy and metalcore energy are two completely different things for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited to see on the road what they're going to look like and if maybe their dynamics change a little bit to kind of get a little funkier. Um, but honestly, I completely agree with you. I think this record is fucking crazy. And I'm very happy with it. I'm very, very happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just everything about it is awesome. Even getting to talk to them about the packaging, like you said, and the fact that there's a concept. It just it feels and what they went for in terms of feeling like this was something that they had something that they had to prove in terms of leveling up. It comes through, in my opinion, 100,000%. Phenomenal album. They're on tour right now. Speaking of, if you want to see them and see how this is translating live, it is a headlining tour with support from Hot Milk, Savage Hands, and South Arcade.
Mayday Parade dropped their new album, Sweet. We sat down with Mayday Parade, and you can go watch it now to chat about all things Sweet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a second, real quick, to just say, holy fuck. By the way,
because they're one of your favorite bands. Right?
Holy shit! Yeah. We had Derek on the podcast to chat about his solo project, and that was like a full circle moment in and of itself. Getting to chat with the front man of Mayday Parade, granted not about Mayday Parade, but getting to chat.
There was a sprinkle of Mayday Parade.
A little bit of Mayday Parade, of course.
Only because he brought it up.
Yeah. A slight sprinkle, but just getting to chat with him and pick his brain was so awesome. But getting to sit down with Alex and properly chat about Mayday Parade for 40 minutes was like a pinch me moment, because they're like one of the first bands that I discovered going like to a live show, because Sad Summerfest rolled through in 2019. I just started going to shows and I was like, this seems like my scene. I'm just gonna go. I knew none of the bands on the bill. I knew nothing about it other than it was happening at the Stone Pony Summer Stage and I was gonna go. And then that turned into me seeing them again when they came through in November and played Anywhere But Here in full live with Grayscale, who also performed on that Sad Summer date. So it's just like, it was super cool to finally get to sit down with Mayday Parade. It's something that we've been trying to make happen for a long time. And if you like Mayday Parade, which if you clicked on this review, you probably do, I would highly recommend that you watch the interview. It was a phenomenal chat.
Damn straight. And that's coming from a fan.
Yes.
So
with that being said, we chatted about the album that came out, which is part 1 of 3. It's called Sweet. They're going to be putting out 3 parts to the album to celebrate 20 goddamn years of being a band, which is insane. Makes me feel old.
Yeah, I was a year old when this band was made. So that's kind of crazy.
Makes me feel old. Let me tell you, man, like
just go for it.
I love Mayday Parade, but there's pop punk and then there's Mayday Parade. And they just
that's a shirt.
They just continue to like I feel like I was thinking about this driving today, listening to the record. I'm like, there's a couple of bands within pop punk that have transcended pop punk, and the genre is just their name. That is State Champs. Because if I hear State Champs, I know that's State Champs. If you blindfolded me and put earplugs in, I could still tell you that was a State Champs song. And it's the same thing with Mayday Parade. Blindfold me, put earplugs in, I'll tell you that was Mayday Parade. And I think that it has something to do with not even the instrumentals, it's the vocalists of the bands are so iconic. I mean, Derek is both bands have Derek's in them. Both Derek's have very unique vocal performances and vocal deliveries that really add this unique flair to the bands. Because like Who's Laughing Now off of Sweet is the most like out of left field song because you add in a whole nother band, the vocalist of that band, you add in this whole different component, and it changes the way that the song feels and sounds almost entirely, because you're adding in Joe from Knuckle Puck's vocals as well. I love that song because it stands out a little bit. For me,
you're different, and
yes, for me, I love Mayday Parade. It's like the good old reliable, you know what you're going to get when you turn on a Mayday Parade record. There's a couple of boxes that they're going to check every single time. They checked it even with these 7 songs and an interlude. That they had the slow song Towards You, and then it's a solid listen. I love, by the way, Who's Laughing Now. Who We Are is awesome as well. I think this is a slam dunk home run. I'm excited for 2 more parts of the Mayday Parade rollout, and watch the interview. There's my piece.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna say my piece really quickly. So I have been kind of like a common fan of Mayday Parade. I know their songs, I know their albums. I listen to them and I go, yeah, it's Mayday Parade, and that's about it. Yeah. Typically I only really listen to them when they, apart from obviously the fucking hits that are in all
Jamie All Over.
Shout out Jamie All Over. All incredible, and I really typically only listen to Mayday Parade when they do release something new. And usually the gist is, yeah, it's Mayday Parade and it's fucking awesome, and I love this song just like how I love all their other tracks because they're just good. They've been doing it for 20 years. They know what their fans like, they know what they like, and they know how to, satisfy both of those things while also making a really fucking solid song. Mm-hmm. This album is nothing out of the ordinary. They made a fucking great, catchy, upbeat, sunshiny ass fucking pop punk record. I think it's incredible. Something about bands from this era specifically, typically their music doesn't really hit for me because it's kind of like, you can tell sometimes, not with all of the bands in this era, so just take this with like a fucking grain of salt. You can kind of, once a band reaches a certain age, you can kind of tell that they've kind of hit the bottom of the barrel, and it doesn't feel like they're giving like their full 100% to creating and writing music.
They're still writing about their teenage years as 40-year-old men.
Blink-182. So
exactly.
I love now. Okay, but so I always get a little worried when I have to kind of sit down and really listen to a full release of a band that's been around this long, because a part of me is like, fuck, what if I break that illusion that I have of just kind of the one-off songs of this is really good and really solid because it's a one-off. I listen to it, 2-3 times and I go, yeah, it's a good fucking song. But if I have to listen for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, sometimes I kind of break out of it and I go, are we still talking about this? Or it's like, y'all are grown, It's just kind of like, what the fuck are you saying? But I did not have that experience with Mayday Parade. It still feels like they have that oomph. They have, oh my god, oomph? They have that fire. And I think they're still able to make an incredible record. I'm very excited to hear, obviously I knew this, but just looping it back in, that this is a 3-parter, because this was fucking crazy, and it felt like it did go by too quickly. It felt like it started and it finished. It just felt fucking in and out. Yeah. My personal favorite was actually the closer, Pretty Good to Feel Something. I love that it did pick up immediately after a slower kind of just toned down song, and it brought the energy right back up for the closer. That is how closers should be, in my opinion. Was it a fucking rager? No, but it fucking flipped around the tone. It didn't end the record on a sad note. So I've changed my perspective. I've changed my opinion. Sad songs should be second to last, not the very last.
Yep.
Everyone get the message. Thank you. I also did really enjoy Who's Laughing Now, just because I do enjoy Knuckle Puck. I enjoy a good dosage of Knuckle Puck. And overall, I think the record was fucking incredible. I think they're a great band. I think they still got it, and I'm excited for more.
Hell yeah. They're going to be on tour, like we said, celebrating 20 years of the band. Massive U.S. tour with Microwave, Grayscale, and Like Roses. So if that's coming near you, you should definitely check it out. Peep the dates, all that fun jazz.
They're coming to Raleigh on a Wednesday, It's like, what the fuck? You know, because I was gonna try to go because I
Yeah.
was like, damn, I do want to see Mayday Parade and Grayscale live. But then I saw fucking Wednesday. Fucking weird.
I saw Mayday Parade and Grayscale live together way back when 2019, when Mayday Parade was they were this is the show I was talking about at the beginning, the Anywhere But Here anniversary tour, but they were doing those dates sporadically throughout, and basically emo night tour where they were doing covers. Like that was their fall tour, which was basically a cover
Yeah.
tour with these album plays sprinkled throughout, and they ripped out a My Chem I'm Not Okay cover at the end of the set, and it was so badass. I was
Whoa.
totally smashed up against the Starland Ballroom bar, but it was
Yeah.
that's the most alive I've ever felt, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been
chasing
chasing
that high
that
ever
feeling
since.
ever fucking since. And it
You
was
know
the
what, man? I
dopest
get
thing
it.
ever.
Yeah. Damn, that's a fucking crazy lineup. That's a mashup. That's
Yeah.
yeah. All right. All
Yeah.
right.
And then I stood
Huh.
in line after that show because I had bought the tour shirt with the dates on the back for the Anywhere But Here. But then Derek wore the Mayday Parade knockoff My Chemical Romance Black Parade shirt that they had for the covers tour, and I
Yeah.
stood in a line and made my poor mom wait a whole hour and a half after the show just so I could get that fucking shirt.
I'm glad it wasn't sold out because an hour and a half is
And I still have it.
That's great.
Yep.
That's commitment, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
commitment.
I was like, I saw that on him. I was like, I need that shirt. And I was like, Mom, you're gonna hate me. I need that shirt. I
need
need
it.
that shirt. To be honest with you, I need
You
it.
cool with waiting an hour and a half?
Yeah.
You have no choice.
Yeah, I'm dragging you in. We're waiting. Yeah, never felt so alive since then. Face Yourself dropped their new EP, Martyr. You know, we may or may not have had them on the podcast. It may or may not come out
Possibly.
very, very soon. This EP is awesome. I love the way it opens with Primal, especially the little commentary at the beginning. That's like poking fun at the band. I think that's a super cool touch to then immediately go in and just rip your face off.
It's fucking insane. Yeah.
About 15 seconds in, the song just kicks in and it's a bloodbath after that. And I like the way that it closes with Sideration because it ties back in to the talking that was happening at the beginning of Primal. And that song ends with the most disgusting breakdown of the entire EP. But that's what this thing is littered with. Just absolutely disgusting breakdowns. And I love it. I think that this band is fucking dope. It's super cool to see the rise that they've had so far. You know, they signed to Sumerian for this EP. They had hype before that. And getting to see them, you know, really take things off has been super dope. But this entire EP rips. I'm shouting out the opener and the closer because both of those songs are absolutely disgusting ways to start and close an EP, an album. It doesn't matter. Disgusting in the best way possible. But the other three songs are just as heavy and ass beaters and face melters as those two songs. But yeah, man, this is just impressive.
Impressive. Yeah. I think this record is fucking crazy. I mean, as you mentioned, it is full of just ass beaters. They don't stop this entire record. It's just breakdown after break. It's almost like Throne level of just like just breakdown. The entire record
It's
is
like
just
a slightly more thought out version of Throne, because Throne is just how fast can we get to the breakdown. It's like if you listen to the Downfall of Us All by A Day to Remember on a repeat. This is just a slightly more like, let's make it a little bit more of a song versus just how quick can we get the song to a breakdown. Love Throne though. Shout out Throne.
Shout out Throne. That was a compliment, major compliment.
I love it. I don't need to wait around and, you know, listen to a verse here and just pummel me.
Exactly. But then again, if you do feel like, you know, like you have a little bit of time on your hands, you don't need that initial fucking hit.
Right
turn
here.
this on.
Right here. Got an EP
So
for you.
I think this is incredible. Something that I really liked about this EP was, yes, it is heavy. Yes, it has, you know, chug riffs. Yes, it like has everything you need in a ass beater of an EP. But there are like nuggets and bits and pieces where it's just the guitars and all the instruments get like really technical for some reason, and it's music to my ears. I mean, obviously it's music that's in my ears,
Yeah.
but it's like it is so and it's just woven in there. It's like they don't make it a big deal. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, it's gonna sound fucking beautiful over here for a second. Just
Let me
like
just riff real quick.
exactly, just give me, it's like okay, whatever, cool. I didn't even pull that out in the middle of nowhere. That's just something I really enjoyed in this record. I think it's crazy. I love it. My personal favorite is Saboteur, and also I did double also. I enjoyed the closer. Cideration. Shout out this EP. I think it's great. And yeah, if you like breakdowns, if you like heavy stuff, if you like technical stuff sprinkled into insane breakdowns, this is the EP for you.
Agreed. They're going on tour with Victims and Crystal Lake. That's a co-headline with support as well from Not Enough Space. And let me tell you, Not Enough Space and Face Yourself as the support on that tour is nuts. That shit immediately went on my calendar because I've been dying to see Not Enough Space since the whole, blowing the fuck up thing has been going on. So yeah, what a tour. Peep the dates. That comes around in July. Hell yeah.
Exactly. Turnstile dropped their new single, Never Enough.
Also announced their upcoming record, titled the same thing, Never Enough. Comes out June 6th.
I'm going to say my quick piece.
I think you and I have the same piece. I'm probably feeling the same way you're feeling about this, but you go first.
I don't get Turnstile.
There you go.
I have seen them live, so people can't say that I haven't given them a chance, okay? I genuinely risked my life to see them live, okay? I was in that pit at a festival, at a rap festival. I was 5 rows away from Berg. I was in there, okay?
You were in deep.
I was in deep. I almost threw up, and I said, you know what? This was nice. Was it? Not really. Sorry. I don't want to go too hard. It's not for me. They aren't I guess my issue is, to me, they aren't doing anything new. With Sleep Token, I'm bringing them up because that's another band where we both agree where it's kind of like them.
They also popped off.
It's and they're massive, and it's just they have that kind of like the cult fan base, cult-like fan base, even though cult not small, massive, but just very dedicated and loving fan base. So I guess my issue with Turnstile is, in my opinion, they aren't doing anything new or anything that's like groundbreaking. With Sleep Token, are they doing anything new? No, but they're doing things new to their audience, where they're combining like Afro beats mixed with rap, mixed with metal, mixed with and they're making it a little groovy. And so it's like they're taking things that already exist and that are already very popular, but just not familiarized with their audience. With Turnstile, and I've listened to their records because I listened to their discography prepping for that festival because I was like, it's Turnstile, I want to enjoy it. I just don't. Am I missing something? And it sucks because it's Turnstile. Everyone, Charlie XCX put them up on the Turnstile
That was
Summer.
Wild. That was wild.
So I was like, I must be. Am I geeking? I don't know. Curious for this rollout. I wasn't the biggest fan of their last record, and I'm not a fan of the stuff prior to that. But we'll see.
Yeah.
This one was honestly just less energy than their stuff before, which confused me even more. So I just don't know. I don't know what's happening.
And this was not. I was actually talking to someone recently, because even like a band like Scowl has kind of moved away from the original sound, which made sense why they were called hardcore. And it's more so about the scene that they come up in, and then the ethics that they continue to carry as a band is why they continue to be labeled that. I'm like, actually, that makes sense. It's not all. I understand hardcore isn't all about the sound. It's also there's other things that go with it that will make you classified as a hardcore band. I understand that. But typically, I think hardcore sounds like the hardcore. Like I'm gonna if I go near that pit, I'm going to get killed. Probably, maybe, possibly.
and also it's just if the ethics are so important, because I'm pretty sure I know hardcore, like the gist of, the ethics and beliefs that the genre itself, continues to uphold and prioritize all that.
Mm.
If it's so important, wouldn't you try to, yes, switch genres, but also your ethics shouldn't change if you like switch your label for your band. If anything, you should try to move those ethics and beliefs over to the next genre you're doing so then it catches on. So then all of the good stuff that you're lifting up and empowering should also spread to other genres. So even then I'm like, so then what? Sorry. Okay, so
So
that's just me
anyways,
being fucking genre elitist, fucking geek ass, whatever. It doesn't matter. Genres are made up. Who cares?
so
Okay.
anyways, this Turnstile song don't sound like a hardcore song. I'm gonna be honest with you. What the fuck was this atmospheric ass shit? There you go. That's my review. What
That's the
the
review.
fuck was this atmospheric ass shit with Never Enough basically being one of the only lyrics of the entire goddamn 4-minute song, by the way. Ballsy ass single. I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless the entire record sounds like this, which in that case, ballsy ass
I'm in.
album.
That case,
Sign
I'm
me
in.
up. Number one
Yup.
Turnstile fan. Yeah, man.
Yup.
I don't know. Like, I want to like Turnstile. I'm in a similar boat as you. Wasn't a huge fan of the record. I saw them live. Similar feeling live of like, okay, I like what they're doing for the scene, and I want to get it, but I don't. And I hope that at some point throughout this rollout, we got a handful of weeks here before the record's out, something unlocks, a single comes out, or the album comes out, and you and I are both like, holy shit.
This
I
is
see
incredible.
it. I see it. Like,
Yeah.
the door is wide open for that to happen. It's half shut for Sleep Token. I'm gonna be honest with you. They keep
No, it's fully shut
they
for me.
keep they keep doing interesting shit that I'm like, yeah, no. But it's wide. Doors wide open for Turnstile. I want to get this band. I want to understand why people are so into it. But this song, man, I don't. It's not for me. I don't think it's necessarily a bad song in the grand scheme of things. But for this in general, I'm just not a fan of it. It wouldn't be something that I would go out of my way to listen to if Turnstile didn't put it out, hence why I don't like it. And why I'll say I like it as a song, I don't think it's a bad song. I think it fits somewhere. But checking it out because it's a Turnstile song, I don't like it.
And I just don't like it.
That's fair enough.
Because it's Turnstile and because I just didn't like it.
It's a fine song.
The door is open though. I do want to like them, so I am entertaining the idea of, fuck, this might just, as you said, be a ballsy single.
Yeah, come
That's it.
come knock on our
songs.
door,
Yeah.
tap our line.
Exactly. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mm-hmm.
Woe Is Me dropped their new single, Here's to Me, A Story to Tell Part 2. Finally, more new Woe Is Me. They've been teasing this new record for so fucking long, so I'm excited to see a new single. Shit rips, dude.
Dude, this is insane. Rippers. I mean, God, I'm just repeating everything you just said. And I was
man.
like, yeah, no, I got that. I got this. I think this is crazy. I mean, heavy as fuck. Just insane song. It's so good to see them like drop and stuff. It's so good to hear this. Obviously, like, I follow Woe Is Me, so it's like their stuff popped up in my timeline, and it was just like, we're back, and it's like, you guys have been back. Respect, like, so it's just seeing that made
The
me
whole
giggle a
We're
little
Back
bit, 'cause it's
thing
like,
happened
yeah.
like 4 years ago.
Because it's like, I was like, we've interviewed you twice, you've been, so, but it's good because, the scene is, embracing them now that they're, in a rollout. I'm very excited for them. I love this band so bad. I think they're incredible, and I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The Callistyle Boys dropped their new single, Distracted by the Mona Lisa. The Callistyle Boys, I love you. I love you so much, Callistyle Boys. I'm sorry I missed you on Friday. I didn't have tickets, but we were in the same state. So I felt the energy.
Yeah. The energy of them entering Virginia.
Exactly. I went, they're here. It was crazy. It was like the wall shook, it's like, silverware was rattling. It was crazy. So this is the Callistyle Boys. I love them so much. Have I said that this is Callistyle Boys and then I love them already?
No, could you say that again? I missed that. I missed that first part.
This is the Callistyle Boys, the band, and I love them.
I got what you're saying.
Okay, cool. So Wow, I'm stuck in a
This
loop.
is the
Take a
Ballad of
step
Mona
back.
Lisa by Panic at the Disco, and you love Panic at the Disco so much.
I
That's
love
what you
Painting at
said.
the Disco.
Yeah.
Brendan Urie. This is my first video. On Shut up. I don't know. So great song. Again, it feels like all of the singles that they've dropped do not go together. And that makes me so
That's
excited
the Calisthenics
because
Boys in a nutshell.
it reminds me now let me say something. Celebrity Therapist, to me, those made sense. I think that the God Smiles Upon the Calisthenics Boys, in my head, all of those went together. They seemed like maybe like second cousins, twice removed songs where it's like they're kind of related, but it's like you could see the connection.
You're really selling this to me.
Okay, listen, okay? But what I really like, what it's really reminding me on is the Die of Mars album. I had a moment with that record, and that one to me was I feel like the word disjointed is always seen in such a negative light, but in the tone of the Calisthenics Boys, it's very whiplashy. And I fuck with that heavy. And it seems as if my eyes aren't deceiving me, if my ears aren't deceiving me, it seems as if they are kind of taking that direction again. Granted, you're also right. They do kind of have the same what the fuck is happening on this song, and then you go around and you're like, oh my god, the next song is also what the fuck is it? This doesn't go together at all.
Yeah.
So they do that, but I just do feel like the Die on Mars album in particular kind of had more of just like a whoa vibe. So I'm very excited to see
Get
what
me
they're
off
doing
this
with
roller
this.
coaster.
Whoa, whoa, you know? So I'm so excited about this album. I thoroughly enjoy this band in a normal way.
Yeah. So this is the Calisthenics Boys, their new song, Distracted by the Mona Lisa. In case you're wondering, hi, I also enjoy the Calisthenics Boys, and this is the Calisthenics Boys, and this is their song, The Ballad of the Mona Lisa.
This is my first video.
Yeah, this song is fucking awesome. I'm honestly kind of digging the vibe of the song so far, because while they are so Calisthenics Boys coded in the sense of they are so chaotic and you don't know what to expect, yet you do know what to expect, that kind of weird feeling that you get from the band. It also feels just a teensy bit more structured and just a teensy bit more digestible for your average listener, which would make sense considering the success the band has had. Let's not lose ourselves, but try to gain more people. That's particularly the vibe I got from this song. I've kind of noticed it as the singles have progressed. They've gotten like almost more digestible in a weird way.
Palatable.
Yeah. Because the first single was just like straight up like exactly what I expected the Calisthenics Boys to do. Yeah. And then it's gotten a little bit more palatable, like you said, as things have went on. I don't want to use that word because it's not like I like Calisthenics Boys. I think they are palatable. I know they're not for everyone, but they're absolutely for me. They're definitely for Glory. She loves this fucking band.
About it.
But that's what I've gotten, especially from this song. So I like that. I think that this band is fucking dope. They're out right now on tour. Fucking the tour's sold out. Opening for Chiodos. But if for some reason you can grab a ticket, go. What the fuck? Sure.
What the hell?
And
sure.
The album comes out in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. And I am very excited.
I will be there. Again, one of my most anticipated records of the year. I normally like this band in a normal way.
Occasionally. Left to Suffer and Unity TX dropped their new single, Set the World on Fire. What a collab, these two bands together.
Yeah, I was going to say, what in the hell? Okay, you know what? Sure. Yes. Crazy energy. I could feel the Unity TX. This feels like a Unity TX song to me, in my opinion. I mean, it just... So... I'm okay with that. Completely okay, because I am a Unity TX stan first and a Human second. Now that is another band that I would fucking die for. Ferality, insane record. Okay. Yeah. So I was very happy to see this. I was very happy to see another Unity TX release because I do know they're waking up a little bit. They're getting back out. They're rolling out some shit. I cannot wait to see what you're cooking up over there. And I think this song is incredible. I love Left to Suffer. I love Unity TX. And seeing these two bands come together to make something beautiful is insane, and it's very, very exciting.
Wholeheartedly agree, man. This song fucking rips. Exactly what I expected with these two bands getting together, because both bands are chaotic in their own different way, and together it just creates an absolutely insane song, and I'm digging it a lot.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Shadow of Intent and Corpse Grinder dropped their new single, Feeding the Meat Grinder.
That's a lot of grinding.
A lot of grinders. Yeah. This song was fucking crazy. Heavy as shit. Crazy song.
Dude, I wholeheartedly agree. This song was fucking batshit. I've been seeing a lot of people excited about the new Shadow of Intent record that was announced alongside this single. So I was like, I had seen the band before. Actually, they opened at the Lorna Shore Holiday Show 2 years ago. So I was familiar with the band. So I was like, what the hell? New album roll out. Let's tune in. Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
What an absolutely insane grab as a feature. Adds to the song, the chaos of the song, exactly the way that you would expect the dude from Cannibal Corpse to add to this song. And I think the song's dope. I'm excited for the album for sure, because this track fucking rips.
Yes.
Have Mercy dropped their new single, Things Were Changing. Hey man, Have Mercy has been talking about this new record they got coming, saying that the singles, including this one, are not on that record, and they're putting the finishing touches on the album. But I'm here for more Have Mercy, even just to hold us over until the next record, because this song fucking rips, man. I love Have Mercy because I like listening to music and being like, holy shit, that fucking hurts.
I'm so sad.
That's exactly
God,
what
sad.
I get from Have Mercy time and time again. This song is no exception. Holy shit, that hurt, man.
I was gonna say, I feel like Have Mercy is just sad. You know, I mean, the band name is Have Mercy, so it's like, I get it. It's kind of like written on the walls, but it's like every time I listen to them, I'm like, damn. It's just, fuck. Are you guys like good? I feel like there should just always be like a wellness check. Just every time they drop a song, just like, fuck. Is like everyone okay over there? Clearly not. This song is great though. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Big fan of Have Mercy. Big fan of Have Mercy, yeah. Green Day dropped their new single, Smash It Like Belushi.
Yeah. Damn right.
Remember when I mentioned earlier when we were talking about Mayday Parade, not saying this did not apply to Mayday Parade, but saying that when you kind of hit an age of a band and you can kind of feel like they don't know what to really talk about anymore, or it just feels like they hit the bottom of the barrel, so it just feels like almost lifeless when you listen to them.
Remember how we were also neutral about this record? That this song comes off of the deluxe edition of that?
It's just,
but it was leagues better than the last thing they did before that.
I know, but even then with that one before, it
was
like,
the same thing of
like,
are you guys even
feels like
on the same planet in terms of being in touch?
And it's also like, you guys don't know what to sing about anymore. It's so completely fine to just tour your old stuff. If you want to keep touring, you don't have, but the thing is, they still like making music. But it's also like, are you releasing things that are going to keep your legacy
solo project
good? You know, solo project. That works. So I think it loops back to this. To me, it just feels like bottom of the barrel. It doesn't feel like it has the oomph that they should be dropping with their music. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I thought it was okay, mostly because I didn't hate the previous record. This is off of the deluxe of the album coming out in a few weeks. I didn't hate the record. I remember us kind of being surprised by the album.
I mean, when you set it up,
yes,
after such a
come on, come on, it was like a slam dunk home run, but the
We
record,
were gonna like anything.
yes, but the record did feel like it was a step in the right direction in terms of where the fan base would probably want them to go. It was more reminiscent of those records that people really enjoyed. Not saying that I came back to the record, but I'm also not a huge Green Day fan to begin with. I obviously absolutely respect their legacy and everything that they're doing,
Shout out Green Day.
even present day, with the total ruckus they've made of the things that the statements they were making at Coachella. This band
Damn
continues
straight.
to have an impact on the culture up until this day, and I absolutely respect that for them for that. With that being said, I wish they would stop going in the studio.
Guys, tour your old stuff. You know, it's okay. It's okay.
Totally fine. That's what people want. They had to rebrand the previous tour to be a anniversary tour of the two biggest records, Dookie and American
Which was
Idiot, because
insane. That stage shit.
they just so happen to share major anniversaries in terms of years that the records have been out. So that's what people want, man. But I understand there are still Green Day fans out there that want to hear the new stuff. I'm always intrigued to hear what these bands, how long the bands that have been doing it as long as a band like Green Day has been doing it, what they could possibly even say, and if the record's going to be any good. Just because it kind of feels like a band only goes so long until it's like feels phoned in or feels tired. So it's always interesting to see if the band is going to come out with another Old Reliable, or if they're going to do something that, even if it is Old Reliable, blows the fans away. So I'm always intrigued to hear new Green Day. And the song was just fine, though, man, to be honest with you. All that to say, the song was fine.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Acres dropped their new single, Built to Bleed. This track fucking rips, dude. I'm so excited for this new Acres album in a couple weeks.
Damn straight. I thought this song was incredible. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sharia Moore dropped their new single, Beyblade. Sharia Moore, I love you.
New
I love
album
you,
coming out in
Sharia Moore.
June.
I'm
Let's
so
go.
excited. I saw them announce that shit. I got so excited. I got giddy and shit. I was like, this is gonna be huge for them.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
It seems they kind of have the TikTok thing down too. Like
I went on their Spotify, bro. I was like, God damn. Last time I looked, maybe 10,000 monthly, 60,000 monthly listeners.
They're doing
Where the fuck did
it.
it come from? Congratulations on all the success, guys. You know, we are big fans of Sharia Moore here. We always love chatting with them, and it's been great to see things, you know, going in the right direction. You know, when they come up on the TikTok timeline now, seeing 1,000 or a couple thousand likes on the post already, I'm like, damn, it's so deserved. The music is awesome. I'm really digging this song in particular. I've been digging all of the stuff. Like I said, the first single for me felt like it could have been expanded upon a little bit more. It felt like it was a little short, but everything since then I've enjoyed, and I even enjoyed that song and what it did in the time. I just felt like it could have been longer, which is not something I've said it twice in this podcast now, both about bands' previous works, but not typically something that I am asking for. Please make the song longer. But with that being said, I think that this song is dope. I'm excited for this album.
Damn straight. No, this is my second favorite track off of their rollout so far. So I'm very excited. I know it's only going to get better from here. I genuinely do believe that Sharia Moore is one of the best bands on the scene right now. They have more eyes on them, but they need more, even more eyes. So if you have not checked them out yet, please do. They will blow you away. They're incredible. Shout out Sharia Moore.
Hell yeah. Shout out Sharia Moore. The Somerset dropped their new single, Adidas, which it stands for All Day I Dream About Sex. And listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a lot cooler when Korn did it. It was a lot fucking cooler when Korn did it. Korn did the whole All Day I Dream About Sex thing, and then they made Adidas their fucking brand, which was dope as shit. But yeah, man, like Jonathan Davis scatting that shit out is dope. This I was like, oh, okay, like we're not singing about Adidas track wear, because at least like the Korn title was like there's dots in between each
Mm-hmm.
letter so that you know it's an acronym. This was
You're
not.
like,
I
what's
mean,
that stand for?
if they did that, then you just think it was an All Day I Dream About Sex cover, the
And then
corn
you'd be
song,
so caught
and
off
then I'd be
guard.
even more confused about why they're singing about sex.
So they couldn't win, is
they
what you're
they
saying.
couldn't win with this one,
Mm.
and man, I'm glad the Somerset's back. And I generally like what they do, but this song, maybe in the context of the record that they announced, I'll pull out that line. Maybe in the
There you
context of
go.
the album, but
Yeah.
as a standalone, yeah, man, no, should have been. Corn did it better.
Corn did it better. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Corn did it better.
As I wear my corn shirt.
I was gonna say it's fitting.
Yeah,
I thought that this song was good. I mean, it's typical Somerset. It's very sunny. It's very summery. It's a love song. I think it's great. I don't know. I'm a big fan of it. I did not know that Korn did the exact, well, not obviously the exact same thing, but same title. I think that's so funny because they're so polar opposite. So it would have been great if honestly they did do a cover. Maybe, maybe guys. Great song. Big fan of the Somerset. Yeah.
hell yeah.
Mhm. Ghost dropped their new single, Lacrima. I wasn't a big fan of this song. I'm gonna be so real. It didn't have the Ghost flair for me. And by Ghost flair, I mean the last single that they dropped and Mariana Cross. I don't know. His voice didn't have that shit in it, you know?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
the grit.
The
Grit.
grit, you know? Yeah.
You know what's weird? You say that, but this
Hmm.
song was like, I was sitting here listening to it last night. And I
You
was like,
liked it.
yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I think I'm excited for the upcoming Ghost record because, like, I thought the first single was cool,
Yeah.
but we haven't been a fan of Ghost on this podcast because we just think they should be heavier. But
Yeah.
I, at least, and I think you did as well, have went into this rollout a little bit more of an open mind, knowing that Ghost doesn't sound like that. As much as that would be so badass if they did.
Slam
Oh my
asleep
god,
again?
it would be
Yeah.
so sick. But I heard this song and I was like, I actually think I'm excited for this record. I started looking at tickets to the tour. Like, dude, it was
Whoa,
weird.
dude, you hear one good song and you go, yeah, I think I'm gonna drop $200 to see this band. That's insane, man.
Why do you think I go to so many shows?
True.
Is
Yeah.
it possible to have 70 favorite bands, Glory?
You know what? Have your fun.
Thanks, man.
Have your fun, dog.
Yeah, I think that this song's cool. I am genuinely excited for this record now. We'll see. I'm enjoying Ghost and what I have now come to accept Ghost to sound like, which they've sounded like this entire time. I'm just now tuning in on that.
The denial, it's fine.
Yeah. I enjoy it in bite-sized forms in the form of singles. Will I enjoy it in a full album is still TBD. We'll find out very soon. Album comes out very soon. But these singles have been cool so far. Kenny Hoopla dropped his new single, Northern Lights.
It was, I mean, okay, so I love Kenny Hoopla. He's on this wall somewhere, probably out of frame. He's right here. He's out of frame though. So, big fan of Kenny Hoopla. I think he's an incredible artist. I think he has insane stage presence. I think he is insane. I love that man. He is shifting away from pop punk, which has been such a massive growing pain for me because obviously he's an artist and I want him to grow and do shit that he's interested in. And if he's not feeling pop punk anymore, why would I want him to keep making pop punk? Because I like it, because I like that music. Please keep making pop punk.
Exactly.
So, hearing the shift to something so different that where there's like no like rock influence at all. It's like it was like a cold plunge, you know? Because you see Kenny Hoopla and you go, okay, it's gonna be like a little bit of like an ass shaker, headbanger, that type of shit. None of that, I mean, still, like an ass swayer,
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
so growing pain. But because I truly love and support Kenny Hoopla so much, I'm trying. And I think it's good. I think it's good. But
Yeah.
it's just adjusting expectations. Because obviously he's not going to drop pop punk because he's not making pop punk anymore. But it's just still, there's this little hope, nugget of hope in the back of my mind of maybe but no.
Yeah, the vibe was definitely different. I thought the track was okay, but the vibe was definitely different. But I think what he's doing now is cool, so I'm okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm okay with it. But the vibe is definitely different. I'm here for it though.
Is the vibe different?
The vibe is not different.
It's not different.
What are you deaf? You thought I said the vibe was different? Come on.
Fuck, man. I'm losing it over here. I
Clearly,
thought you said,
we've been
like,
doing
the vibe
this
is
for
definitely different.
we've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And the stream's been going on a long time. I understand that. But yeah, no, the vibe is definitely different.
Yeah. It's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, sorry.
The Devil Wears Prada dropped their new single For You. Dude, I fucking love Devil Wears Prada so fucking much. Another track that is not super duper heavy, but there's a handful of bands, and I was talking to someone about this over the weekend, out there that I love them, not because they're super heavy or anything like that, but I love them because of the vocal delivery, and not even what's being said in the vocals. I was talking about like what I had mentioned at first interview with internet friends, where it was like, it's not about what they're saying, it's how they're pronouncing it. And that's why I love a band like the Devil Wears Prada so much. Like, even though this song is not super heavy and is very melodic in the grand scheme of their discography, the fucking emotion coming from the vocals still makes me love the song. Because like, if this was any other band that I liked because they were a heavy ass band, and then they put out a song like this, but it lacked the emotion in the delivery of the vocals that this song doesn't lack, I'd be like, yeah, this song kind of blows and I can't wait for them to be heavy again. But because of the Devil Wears Prada, and it's still gut-wrenching in the delivery of the vocals, I fucking love this song, and I love this band, and I will forever love this fucking band because of that reason. This band is phenomenal, and they're touring all summer long. Peep the shit out of the dates. I cannot fucking wait to see them this summer. I love this band.
Straight.
Did you know that? I love this band.
Which band?
I really like Ghost.
You go no. That's a TikTok band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
love
Yeah.
the TikTok band.
Yeah.
No, I thought the song was good. I mean, definitely not heavy at all, but fuck, I really just vibe with the Devil Wears Prada. I think Prada, I think they're great. So, yeah, I'm not mad at all. Not mad at all.
Hell yeah.
We Came as Romans dropped a new single, Bad Luck. Holy fucking ass shaker, dog.
Dude.
This shit is awesome. I do like We Came as Romans. So this song, obviously, I see their name and I go, it's probably gonna be good. It's the chances are in their favor. So hearing this, shit fucks.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this song fucking rips. Been a long time coming for new We Came as Romans. They shot out a text today to their texting line. Tour announced at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
You're signed up. Yeah.
I am, of course, signed up. I love this band. And I'm very excited about that tour announce as well at 10 a.m. tomorrow, by the way. At the time that this drops, actually, on our streaming platforms, the tour announce will be going up at the same time. Have fun.
How fun. Twinning.
Yeah. This song is super dope, and I'm excited for the new era of We Came as Romans. It's been a minute since the last record, Dark Bloom. And I'm excited for the new era. This shit rips. TX2 dropped his new single, Hostage. They Will Not Erase Us. If you like Ice Nine Kills, and then you listen to this song, and you tell me that you do not like this song, I'm convinced that you're just a hater, and you should take off the hater glasses and then listen to it as if it was an Ice Nine Kills song, and you will fucking like this song.
He's got it down. He's got the formula down.
Like, yeah. And I'm not. There's nothing wrong with that. He's very much in the Ice Nine Kills community right now, doing a lot of touring with Ice Nine Kills. Had his song with Spencer Charnes.
He writes with Joe.
Yeah. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and I think the song's a fucking banger. But like, I'm saying that because of the scene he's in and the bands that he is surrounded by, and the fact that so many of those fans do not like TX2 for one reason or another, controversial figure, songs bad, whatever the reason may be. I want them to listen to this song And if they still try to tell me that the music sucks, then you tell me that your favorite band sucks. That's where I'm at.
Because
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot like TX2. I still think that you're wrong. You cannot like them. But if you tell me that this song sucks, then tell me Ice Nine Kills sucks. And I don't think Ice Nine Kills sucks. I love Ice Nine Kills. But you have to tell me that to my face.
Yeah. Email him.
You can email it. You can DM.
As I dox you.
Yeah, you can email it. You can DM. You can come to my house and say it to my face. And say it to me at a show. I'll be seeing these two bands together. But that's where I'm at. I think that this song is fucking dope. Definitely clocked it as that. As like a very much sounds like Ice Nine Kills inspired. But I think the song is dope. That's where I'm at.
Damn straight. No, I thought this song was great. I wasn't the biggest fan of the last single that he dropped, but it was just a blip. I really enjoyed this track a lot. I hear what you're saying. It has the same formula as an Ice Nine Kills song. I think he nails it. And no, I fuck with TX2.
Yeah. Scary Kids Scaring Kids dropped their new single State of Disrepair. Always love to see Scary Kids Scaring Kids on the playlist. I love this band. This song is fucking dope. And always I need to see this band again. They keep coming around the area at the worst possible times. Guys, I love you, but I can't keep missing my mom's birthday every year for shows. It's fucking terrible.
This is the 5th year in a row.
It's not. I don't think I went to one last year, but there were years in a row where I left dinner to immediately go to a show in Philly, and I can't do that again this year, guys. Come on. They did it to me. They're trying to make me do it, and I have to be a better son and not do it. I love this band, though, and this song is great. I just had to air that out.
So it's probably going to happen. So sorry, Mom. Yeah, I will be seeing. You want to go see with me? You know? Go ahead. So, no, I think this song is fucking awesome. I love the energy in it. I think it's just such a fun sounding song. It's so easy to listen to. I do thoroughly enjoy this band a lot, and I think this song is awesome. It's very fast paced. It's upbeat. Again, I keep going back to fun. I don't know. I had genuinely just a pleasant time listening to it, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Windwalkers dropped a new single, The End Aesthetic. I think this song is great. I enjoy Windwalkers a lot.
Hell yeah, man. This track fucking rips. They signed to Fearless, which is dope as hell. They're out on tour right now with Memphis Mayfire, which is dope as hell. This track is dope as hell. I love this band. I'm excited for more. Typically, we say the label signing typically means more. They don't drop one single and disappear. So I'm excited for more. Broadside dropped their new single. I think they know. Announced that they signed to Thriller. Dude, I've been loving Broadside for a long time. I've been loving everything that they do. I think that this band is dope. You've loved them even longer than I have. This might be the best song that they've put out. I am genuinely hooked on this shit. I think that this song is fucking awesome. It is so goddamn catchy, and holy shit do they know how to write a fucking chorus. I've always thought that about this band, but this is like a whole step up from how incredible this band was before that. This song is fucking awesome.
I really fucking enjoy this, and I mean, as you mentioned, I've been in love with Broadside for, oh my god, like 7 years? Too long.
Long fucking time.
Too long. Big fan of this band. I'm seeing them tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what the set list is. I'm going in blind. I'm just excited.
Think this song plus the hits. There you go. That's the set list.
I'm there. Yeah. I'm there. So I will be staying up trying to learn the lyrics for this one so I can sing along to everything. I honestly, this song, just kind of like the groove and the tempo of it really does remind me of the Home Team. I feel like because they've been associated with each other because they dropped a song off of Crucible of Life, the Home Team's newest record. My brain just kind of pairs them together now, and I think that's beautiful because I love both of those bands. But it's just so goddamn groovy, man. And it's so catchy, and it's so upbeat that I'm like, wow, they're on another level right now. I love it. I love the direction. This band is incredible.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, their fucking album as well was insane. Jesus. Okay, I need to revisit that very soon. Pink Shift dropped their new single, Evil Eye. Crazy energy, fucking heavy screams, good ass song. I love Pink Shift so much. I think this song is incredible.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Mhm.
Definitely a level up in terms of where Pink Shift and their discography has been. I think that the song is fucking dope. I love the energy behind it. I love the screaming, and I'm excited for what's next.
Mhm.
Because this song is absolutely insane. That's all the topics we have today. You can follow us on Instagram. It's Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. TikTok is Good Noise Podcast. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. All your streaming services are all Good Noise Podcast. And Patreon.com is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Glory's got your Patreon supporters, your Twitch subs, your important plugs, your merch store plug, your Amazon storefront plug. And then we're going to sign the hell off.
Check out our merch. It is goodnoisepodcast.creator-spring.com. It has apparel. It has apparel. That's it. I think I wanted to like put like a bath curtain up there for like shits and giggles,
That'd be
but
fun.
then I just didn't
That'd be
because
fun.
we're serious. Check out our Amazon storefront. It has all the equipment that we use to make the podcast. It has mics, it has cameras, it has monitors, it has SSD cards, it has whatever the hell you need. It's there. Um, Thank you, Patreon supporters, Matt from Pulses, Pop Punk Apologist, David Arrington, Tyson from Heel Hurt, and Eric. And thank you to our Twitch sub, Matt, again from Pulses. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Much
guys.
appreciated.
Important plugs: Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, Be a Decent Person, Free Palestine. Fucking when you go to shows, try to have some fun. Metal scene, it's time to lighten up a little bit. And I don't mean like punching people, because that's not lightening up. Like bouncing around, talk to people in crowds, unless they look like they don't want to see. That might be the problem. I think everyone's afraid to like, because everyone all in metal shows has like a resting bitch face, me included, because I don't know any of you guys. So maybe just be chill. That's my plug.
There you go. Well, that's all we have today. I've been Shane.
I've been Glory.
And we've been the Good Noise Podcast. See you next week. Bye.